Hello, everybody. How are you doing this fine Tuesday? I'm doing quite well. I have a lot to talk to y'all about, and I spent a long time yesterday researching. So there will be some new stuff coming out very soon. But in the meantime, I did want to get back to Britney's Instagram account. So if you watched my most recent video about this issue, it was 2 videos ago. And one of the questions that I did pose in that video is what's really going on with Britney Spears? Because for a while, I have been ignoring Britney's Instagram account pretty much completely. And the reason for that is, like I said in my last video, I really don't know what is going on with the girl. I don't know what she's talking about half the time. And I also just want to practice what I preach because I really believe it. I really do believe that Britney Spears should just be left alone to live her life how she wants to live it. Unfortunately, it doesn't really seem like that has happened. And the reason I really think this is because Britney told the judge, Judge Brenda Penny, in her conservatorship case that she wanted to do this tell all. She wanted to speak. She wanted to tell her whole story. She still hasn't done that. I mean, yeah, a book did come out, but I don't really think everything was in that book that Britney wanted to say. And a couple of y'all did have some theories that Britney Spears herself was actually trying to get my attention specifically. If y'all want to know what the theories were, and if y'all want to, go start back on that, it's not the most recent video I made, it's the one before that. You can go and check it out. But literally only moments went by before I needed to address something else on Britney's Instagram. So I did post that video a few days ago, and only just a couple hours after the video came out, Britney Spears posted something on her Instagram. So let me pull that up right here. So she posted this on Instagram, and I'll put the post up here, but it says 1 + 1 is hyphen. There you have it. But I didn't even see this post. Somebody actually brought it to my attention. So Crystal says, you said toward the end of your video that it's not adding up. And now she posts this. There's like a crying dog, a whining dog, and then she's just touching herself, and something's wrong, and something's wrong. That's what it feels like to me. It's too much. It's too much going on at this point for me to just keep ignoring it. And then these videos get posted and then they get deleted immediately. And it all happens on the same day as court. So what are they trying to distract from, girl? I do not know. But it's just not adding up. It's just not adding up. Also, there were 2 original video posts on her Instagram, which maybe 1 + 1 is referring to. Just thoughts. Oh, okay. So this person is saying, yeah, the 1 + 1 is the 2 separate videos that Britney posted or whatever. So what the actual post is, it's 2 roses and they're both pink. And it says 1 + 1 is there you have it. And it's got 2 little monkeys with their eyes covered. And then she tags this person, Sandy Shenny. I typed in Sandy Shenny on Instagram, and there's really not that much that shows up. Like, it doesn't seem like there's actually like this artist's Instagram, but they do have a website and they do seem to take pictures of flowers. I don't know what that's about. But then there was these 2 pink roses, and like, one doesn't have to look far to see why she might associate pink with me. And, then I kind of am like, I'm always interested in a good little conspiracy theory, little hunt. And so I just, for fun, looked up, what is the meaning of pink roses? This is the first search result I saw, and it says dark and hot pink roses convey appreciation, gratitude, and recognition, making them a great way to say thank you. Light pink roses are more often associated with grace, gentleness, joy, and happiness. So I'm going to go with hot pink. I think it's hot pink, and I think Britney Spears is saying thank you to me. But that video, it ended up actually making quite a few waves, which I knew it would, in the Britney, Free Britney, Justice for Britney community. Some of y'all are familiar with this community. Some of you are not. I did have to distance myself from the Free Britney movement a couple years ago, and I made my own Free Britney movement as a joke, but like, I actually did, and I was serious, because people don't frankly know how to act. Whenever I first started in the Free Britney movement, it was very collaborative and cooperative, and people were working together because we all had one common goal, and the common goal was Free Britney Spears. We all had one common unifying opinion of she shouldn't be working like this. She shouldn't have ever been working under a conservatorship. If she can't even sign a contract, she shouldn't be working. We had the same idea that Britney should be free to talk and speak and live the life she wants to live. That's most authentic to her. Well, one thing led to another. Britney did end up getting out of her court-appointed, court-ordered conservatorship, and the movement, even before that, had kind of fractured apart. At that point, also, I believe some infiltrators were put in and some, provocateurs and some saboteurs were put in order to disrupt the movement. I mean, we have seen this happen at least as early as the mid to late 60s with the COINTELPRO operation, which did infiltrate the Black Panther movement. And so I do believe also they just couldn't have us continuing to mobilize across this country, changing laws and changing opinions and changing financial structures and systems. So they did bust up our movement. Well, all that to say, there still also have always been people who just frankly just disagree and they don't know how to disagree. I do have an example of that here. I just want to show y'all. The video itself comes from a creator who I've seen her work before. I actually do like some of it. Some of the stuff that she puts up, I don't actually agree with, but that's fine. It doesn't matter. I don't have to agree with her. I'm certain that there's stuff I say that she doesn't agree with, but I think it's fine to disagree with people. In fact, I think it's necessary because if you don't disagree with people, then it means you're not really thinking for yourself. You know what I mean? So this video that I did make, is about the fingernail and all this other stuff. Y'all have to go watch it. But it did end up making a little bit of waves throughout the Justice for Britney space online or whatever. Most people that I saw comments from were like, yeah, I mean, even given it the most generous interpretation, it is getting a little bit weird with the Britney Spears stuff. And then some people were like, look, you're worried about a bruise. But what you really need to be worried about is, the fact that Britney Spears is AI or whatever. That is a common theme that I have seen people say about Britney Spears is that that's not Britney Spears. I've seen people say, yeah, maybe it's even like an actual person, but they have a Britney Spears face mask on or whatever, like an AI, like an Instagram filter or whatever. I've also seen people say that it's absolutely 100% completely and totally fake. Like there's no real person with a mask. It's just a fake AI video. I am not an AI expert. I'm not. I don't really know what to look for. I don't know about these things. It's not my area. When I got into the Free Britney movement almost 4 years ago, I did so because I understood how to read legal documents and I was explaining the legal documents to people. I've never been a tech expert. I've never been an AI expert or anything like that. So for me, I mean, really my lane isn't really AI. Now in this particular video by this creator, she is pointing to what appears to her to be 7 fingers. So this is the part I'm putting her nails thing like this.
Yo, I saw the bruises on Britney Spears too, but you know what's even more concerning than the bruises? The 7 fingers that she has in this clip. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. She's got 2 thumbs. Her pinky merged into her chest. You guys should not be concerned about whether or not that's a bruise on Britney Spears. You should be more concerned, if you think it's Britney Spears, why she has 7 fingers. Or, why is anyone doing this? She's got 7 fingers. Drugs are the least of our worries. Ask the real questions here, okay? Don't ask why the bitch has bruises. Ask why the bitch has 7 fingers. Or, is this AI?
I've watched this video over and over and over. I've paused. And again, I do agree with this girl sometimes. She does make points that I cannot refute. It's very clear. It's very obvious. To me, I don't see 7 fingers. And I even commented that. I said, I don't see 7, but I'd certainly agree something is amiss because for me, it's always very important to find what the common ground is because it's not really about who's right. It's not about who's wrong and who's right. What it's about is Britney Spears okay? I think no, probably not. Frankly, all things considered, I think probably not. And so if we can all agree something's amiss, then I like to find the lowest common denominator. Now, again, I don't see 7 fingers. I just don't. I just don't. And maybe I'm blind and maybe I don't understand AI and maybe whatever. And that's fine. I don't have to. I saw the bruises as the most important thing because for me, I can't prove if this is a Britney Spears AI clone or if this is a complete AI or if this is computer generated. I don't have the expertise and I can't prove it. So for me, it's completely unproductive and unnecessary and useless to talk about if Britney Spears is AI. Now, if I actually could see in literally with my 2 eyes, 7 fingers, yes, we could talk about that. If I could actually see with my 2 eyes, her face actually morphing and changing, we could talk about that. And maybe it's just that I don't have the perception to be able to see it. I just don't. To me, it looks like just a blurry, grainy video of a person who does appear to be Britney Spears with bruises. Another thing about getting too caught up on this is Britney Spears AI. Even if it was an AI video, where does that leave us? What are we going to do? Who are we going to call? What are we going to do? Okay, Britney Spears is AI video. What are we going to do? How are we going to do anything? Versus there's bruises all over the woman, appears to be. There doesn't appear to be any alternative explanation than someone grabbed her up violently. And so for that reason, that does provide grounds, evidence for some authorities to do something. Now, I want to be very, very, very clear. I have never, and I do not now support or condone anyone calling the police about Britney Spears, certainly not showing up to her house or anything like that. That's not what I'm saying. But what I am saying is if we as the public can bring things to the authorities, which perhaps maybe they might act on, I'm with y'all. I don't think the authorities are going to do anything because I think they're bought off and paid off. But with all this P. Diddy stuff going on and all this new stuff going on here, then it is possible it could happen. When the police, let's say Homeland Security, let's say someone shows up to check on Britney because of evidence gathered out in the public, not because of any of us calling Britney or showing up at Britney's house. Don't do that. But let's say the authorities show up. What's more compelling? What's stronger? We think Britney is an AI video. We want proof of life. Or we saw bruises on this woman. We need to speak with her. What's more compelling? When the authorities do finally decide to make an investigation, if they ever do. Britney has 7 fingers. Look, here's 7 fingers in this picture, but the average person don't actually see the seven fingers. Or there's bruises. Which one's more compelling? Right. Okay. So again, I take no issue with this creator. I like her content that she puts out. She does make me think of things in new, different ways. So this is the part I putting her nails thing like this. She does seem to care about the situation and want the best outcome. So this is the part I putting her nails thing like this. What I take issue with is one of the comments below the video. And this person could be like a troll. Like I said, there have been infiltrators and so-called plants and whatever throughout this movement. So this could just be someone who is put in place to divide, to make us fight, which I'm used to and which I've seen. So here is the comment and it says they. So she's saying they, but she's obviously referring to me because I am the person who the video is about. So this is the part I putting her nails thing like this. It's my video that this creator was responding to. Like, don't worry about the bruises. The violence against this woman is the least of our concerns. The more concerning thing is that she has 7 fingers. So this is the part I putting her nails thing like this.
But you know what's even more concerning than the bruises? The 7 fingers that she has in this clip.
Which I, again, cannot see. I don't see 7 fingers. Frankly, I just don't.
Ask the real questions here, okay? Don't ask why the bitch has bruises. Ask why the bitch has 7 fingers.
They, meaning me, just keep ignoring all the effing signs right in our faces. This has become the most infuriating issue. Appreciate you for never giving up. Again, it's just inaccurate to say that I ignored. She's saying they, but she's talking about me. This video is about my video.
Ask the real questions here, okay? Don't ask why the bitch has bruises.
So I didn't ignore anything. I watched this creator's video. I just don't agree with it. I don't see 7 fingers. I'm sorry, I cannot see something my eyes don't see. That's how we ended up in this case in the first place. I could not see that Britney was happy and healthy in that conservatorship. My eyes just couldn't see it. Just like I don't see 7 fingers. It's not ignoring because I disagree. And so I commented. I usually don't comment to stupid shit like this because I do think this is not even a real person. But I said, I think comments like this are unproductive and divisive, to be honest. But, and I really mean this, if you feel like something is being ignored, you're free to make videos on those topics. Maybe people will watch them. Because this is one thing I notice about these people. They always got something to say about me, about Sloan, about Andy. But I noticed they never made a video of their own. You know, you could just start a free YouTube channel and make a video if you think something's being ignored. And I'm not even being facetious. I really mean that. I really think people should start YouTube channels and use their voice while we still have the ability to do that. We live in a time where you can make a video about anything and go out on the internet and say your opinion about it. And yet, instead of making one, you're making up lies about me. No, I don't think they are ignoring anything. So I do think it's divisive. I do. I think if you have, so much issue with what I'm doing over here, you can make your own video. Now, I do want to get into something else. And this has to do with additional evidence, additional speculation that Britney is trying to get my attention. And this one is, I wanted to do a little bit of a debunk because on Saturday, I was out and about. I was in Philadelphia, hard at work on an investigation into the Freemasons. I was at the Freemason Lodge in Philadelphia. The Freemasons are choking me. investigation forthcoming on that because I did see a lot and sat in all their fancy chairs that they had. And everybody was looking at me like I did not need to be sitting in those chairs, but they told me I could sit wherever I wanted. So they shouldn't have said that I could sit anywhere I wanted. They should have said, don't sit in that chair. Anyway, I was over there twirling and trying to get the secrets from the Freemasons in Philly. And I was taking pictures in all the little thrones and all the little chairs on the east and the west and the north and the south. And unbeknownst to me, at the exact moment that I was in that lodge doing the tour, Britney Spears was posting the following carousel of photos. And she said, which one would a queen sit in? And I did not even see this post before I started posting on my Instagram. I'm putting these pictures up just 2 or 3 hours after Britney Spears had put these pictures up. And that, of course, led people to speculating even more because it was only a couple days after, it was all being speculated that Britney was maybe trying to get my attention or something like that. And then the pink rose thing happened, which is like, according to the internet, symbolic for gratitude and saying thank you. That also, of course, led people to start speculating. Britney had posted another thing about like, I met a friend, and people were like, I hope you're the friend she met. And I had said something about a queen too, like watch the queen conquer. And then I used like the Game of Thrones song or whatever. And so people were like, oh, they must be together. Britney must have been with BJ while sitting in the thrones and no, that didn't happen. We didn't meet. But I do think it is synchronicitous. And I will say, this is just a side note. Back in like 2020, I did have a little bit of a experience, and that's not something I do very often. This particular one I had just did one time. And whenever I started into that experience, when it began, I think I would have referred to myself as an atheist. I would have said I don't believe in God, I don't believe in, religion or anything like that or whatever. And like 20 minutes later, it was just completely undeniable that there was a God. It was absolutely certain to me that there was a God, and nobody will ever convince me otherwise. Now, do I know exactly, which one that y'all are worshiping that's the right one, or who got it right? No, I do not, but I do know that there's a God for sure. But another thing that happened to me whenever I was in that experience was that I interfaced with Britney Spears, and we were there like together in this sort of, I'll explain it to y'all one day. I have spoken about this before, but I felt this very overwhelming connection and connectedness with Britney Spears. And we also have a lot in common. I mean, like I said in my last video, her name is Britney Jean and she's from Louisiana. My name is Britney Jareem and I'm from Louisiana. We both have dads who struggled with substance stuff, although mine didn't hate me and didn't sell me to Hollywood, thank God. He actually liked me. We both like, pink and flowers and girly things. And like I said in my last video, we both have this pretty much exactly the same engagement ring, although, she's divorced now or whatever. But we do have a lot in common. I do feel like a camaraderie with her beyond just like, oh, I like her music. So maybe, I don't know, maybe we have a psychic connection, girl. Maybe she could see. Maybe she astral projected and teleported. Maybe she astral projected and teleported into the Freemason Lodge and saw me on them thrones. Or maybe Team Con has my phone hacked and they knew where I was. Who knows, girl? I do not know. But I'm just speculating. I'm just kind of, speculating. And then what else did she post? She posted some other stuff. Yeah, then she posted something about the well with this kind of interesting poem as a caption with the red ballet slippers, something about a tongue, then a trunk. I don't know what any of this stuff is. And she's like, did you see the angel? And then she posted this very cute Sanrio picture, which again looks very reminiscent of the room I sit in. And then she posted a kawaii type of girl with like, pigtails and little, one looks like little bunny ears like I wear, and a cat, which I do have a cat. And I don't know, girl, maybe Britney's talking to me, but if she is, hopefully she'll keep giving me some more hints and clues to put together. And I did want to address just one other comment, but when Britney posted that rose picture, the 2 roses, I did kind of feel a little bit like she had seen my video and she was trying to kind of say that she had seen it, or at least whoever is in control of that account had seen it and they were trying to play in my face or something. But I did kind of feel like that. But that being said, I don't really have like strong evidence for that other than like, haha, like kind of that's a conspiracy theory I'm actually interested in. But as usual, the people who don't actually listen to what I'm actually saying, of course, twist my words. And I did want to just clear the air and address that. So when Britney had posted the 2 roses, I reposted it because first of all, you never know when she's going to delete something. Actually, the video that I had made was about 2 deleted videos. So I posted those 2 roses, and the people who had just watched my videos knew exactly what that was about. But the people who had not yet watched the video about the Britney Spears thing, they were like, what? I'm lost. I'm lost. So somebody asked that, Jack Scary. He's like, I'm lost. What's going on? Can someone please explain it to me or whatever? And this person, who I believe is probably not a person, I believe is probably a robot, says in response, a lot of people with too much time to think and conspire theories. Many of you don't recognize a person's mental trauma and that recovery looks different for everyone. Leave her alone. Okay, shut up. Don't hold on. Excuse me. Don't tell me what to do. The last time somebody told me to leave Britney alone, she was stuck in a conservatorship and I was right. So go make a video about it then or something. It's her freedom how she decides what to post, how to post. I think this is a bot. I don't think it's a real person. But what? What does this have to do with anything? Britney has bruises on her arm. Okay. Bruises on her arm. Where's the theory? I even asked people. I even said, y'all give me an alternative. Some of y'all did. Some of y'all said makeup swatch. Could have been makeup swatches. Could have been. I've never swatched 3 of the exact same thing 3 times on my arm, but it could actually literally be makeup swatches. I do want to just say that is a possible alternative theory. To me, that ain't what it looks like. To me, it does look like bruises, but it could be. I'm open to that. See how easy it is? See how easy it is? Instead of, and they ignore. If we're ignoring it, make a video like that creator was doing. She saw people were ignoring things she thought was important, so she started making videos.
You guys should not be concerned about whether or not that's a bruise on Britney Spears. Ask the real questions here, okay? Don't ask why the bitch has bruises.
They need to cover stuff. No, these are just opinion channels that we have here. This isn't the mainstream traditional media. So no, this is exactly the type of comment that I was talking about the other day whenever I said I will not be gaslit for one more second. No, I will not. I will not be gaslit for one more second. This is not a person's mental trauma recovery looks different for everybody. That's just, no. Bruises on your arm, no. No. Saying to a judge you want to do a tell-all interview, live, and then never doing that for 3 years, 2.5 years. No. I won't be gaslit for one more second. No, I will not. So y'all can call me a conspiracy theorist all day long. It don't matter. It really literally does not matter to me. It doesn't matter. It makes no difference to me. Actually, it's good. It's fun. Because whenever I'm proven right, I get to keep saying, it's not conspiracy theories anymore, is it? This is another comment someone had said about it. It sounds like an asthma cough trying to get air. Her scared look means she's worried about her asthma. There are too many coincidences. These bruises look like slim, long female fingers. Of course she knows about you. If I were her and I had one lifeline, you would be the very obvious choice out of her millions of followers. Is there anyone you trust with her safety in Los Angeles to do a wellness check in the name of her movement? I really appreciate the comment. And I agree that it looks like bruises to me. That being said, I just want to reiterate one more time. I personally am not responsible for doing a wellness check on Britney Spears. And I actually think it does way more harm than good whenever people do try to do these wellness checks. And I understand a lot of people are coming from a good place. They really want people to check on Britney Spears. The issue is we are dealing with a corrupt and a rigged system. And so as soon as someone does that, and has happened in the past, the news, the media, and everything who couldn't give a to comment on Britney Spears' freedom or getting out of an abusive conservatorship. They couldn't give a shit to comment on anything of import. They start reporting that the fans are stalking Britney and sending this and that, and Britney made a statement and said she's fine or whatever, and it's like completely unproductive and ends up being used against us. If anyone, I've never done that, but if anyone has ever done that, then they did learn that nobody's checking on Britney Spears for her well-being. They're going to probably come check on you, if you know what I mean. So no, I do not trust anybody to go do a wellness check, nor do I want anybody to perform a wellness check because of the specific fact that I've seen it done in the past and it doesn't help. It's not going to be helpful and doesn't help at all. So that's all I really had for that. But yeah, just another day in the Free Britney movement, trying to make sure whether or not the girl is responding to us. Times are strange. That's all I really had for today. In the meantime, facts ain't defamation. Love you, mean it. Okay, bye. You are the solution. You are the solution. You are the solution. You are the solution. Everything I needed.
Let me tell you something right now because I know you're watching. I will be saying everything you tried to do to me.